Projects are temporary in nature and have a definite beginning and end. The purpose of a project is to create a unique product, service, or result. The first step in defining a project is to identify its purpose, scope, and objectives. Please pay attention so you understand. This information will be on your GA that is due this Thursday. Play it back multiple times if you need to. Okay, let's start with the project and each part of it. What are the purpose and scope objectives of the project? The purpose of a project in business is to complete a task or tasks within a set time frame, usually with a specific goal in mind. The scope of a project refers to the overall size and scope of the work to be done, and the objectives are the specific goals that the project is meant to achieve. Let's discuss the project stakeholders. The project stakeholders are the people who are involved in the project. The project lead is the person who is in charge of the project. The purpose of the project is to agree on the available resources with the project lead and other key stakeholders. The scope of the project is to identify, agree on, and record the purpose, scope, and objectives of the project. Now, let's discuss the plan and what it is about. This plan will include timelines, a work breakdown structure, roles and responsibilities, and other details of how the project will be managed. You will also need to identify and access appropriate project management tools. Do you understand? If not, play it again for more clarity. Okay, let's begin with the project manager and their role and responsibilities. The project manager will develop a budget for the project and get approval from the organization. The budget will be connected to the project's outcomes. The project manager will also identify how the project's progress and budget will be monitored and reported. Finally, the project manager will get approval from the organization to start the project according to the approved plan. So, when you start to identify the targets of your project and begin the work, will you be the project manager? Will you hire an employee or consultant to provide support your project with their experience? You will have to decide. Therefore, here are the duties a project manager will need to provide and role they will have. The project manager is responsible for making sure that everyone on the team has what they need to do their job, and that they are staying on schedule. They also have to keep track of the budget and make sure that the project is not spending more money than it is supposed to. Finally, they have to write reports about the project and send them to the people who need them. The project manager must maintain records of the project in accordance with the organization's requirements. They must also identify any deviations from the plan and report them to relevant personnel. The project manager is responsible for ensuring that the project's deliverables are met. This section is all about finishing up the project and making sure that everything is done correctly. This includes procedures for winding up the project, as well as identifying and completing any requirements for audits. The fourth and final step of a project is to complete quality assurance, outage reports, and financial record keeping associated with the project. Additionally, project documentation and any necessary sign-offs for concluding the project must be obtained in accordance with established procedures. Finally, lessons learned from the project should be documented and reported to appropriate personnel.